Hi, and welcome back to my channel and my series on the Greek gods and goddesses. This time, the Greek gods and goddesses are going to be portrayed as anime characters. Now, I am not a huge anime follower. I definitely watched a few different animes and I enjoyed them. So I do hope that if you have watched anime and you like anime, that you like um what I have been able to put together here for the Greek gods and goddesses as anime characters. So let's jump right in and see what we have here. And again, remember that they are in the exact same order. And you'll probably hear me saying, I like this a lot because, in general, I do like how my AI has turned out all of my pictures that I have given it. So, without further ado, here we go. First, here we have Zeus in his anime form. Now, again, I don't watch a lot of anime, so I didn't put in a specific anime style, like what specific anime he would be going into or anything like that. But I again, like I said, you'll be hearing me say this. I do love it. The lightning in the background, him holding what looks like a lightning rod in his hands. Again, you've heard me say that I generally picture Zeus with black hair, and you can barely tell it, but these piercing blue eyes. This is my Zeus, as I generally think about him. These ripped muscles definitely give a vibe for sure. Like he's gonna go off and punch somebody with this lightning. I don't know, but I'd pay to see it. That's for sure. Um, Now we have Hera. Um, I love her hair, the way that they styled her hair in this high pony. You can't see it, but it definitely looks like it's in a high ponytail and comes down. Um, I do love that they didn't give her a crown in this. Um, which is fine with me. I don't think that she needs a crown. She looks queenly without it. Um, I love this little smirk that she's giving, like, I know your secrets. I like she's looking at Zeus saying, I know your secrets. Who is this woman that you cheated on me with? And where is your child? The child that was that you had out of wedlock, so that I can either kill the woman and then take it out on the child. Because if you know anything about Greek mythology, that's generally what she did. So that's kind of the look that she has on her face to me. And here we have Poseidon. The eyes look a little bit wonky to me, but I do love the stance that he is taking in this water that looks like it's parting for him, which I know is a little bit more biblical than mythology related, but hey, it's fine. Um, Again, generally I think of him with black hair, but I love this billowing sea blue hair that it gave him, uh, with this almost shell-like necklace around his neck. And of course he would be.
This on the web.
Shut up. No, no, nobody was talking to you, Siri. um, and of course he would be buff. That makes sense. Um, but yeah, he looks like he's walking out of the ocean, which was kind of what I was going for. And here we have Hades. He looks like he's wearing a pantsuit, which I don't know was what I was going for exactly, but I do like it. He looks like he has a tattoo down his chest. Which, kind of works for Hades. uh, Actually, the more I'm looking at this, the more he looks like he is a martial artist. Which not exactly on par with the attitude and the vibe that I get off of who I think Hades would be if he were a real person, a real character, the character that I get off of Hades. But for an anime version of him, I could get down with. I definitely wouldn't mess with him if he were. Now, he's not a bad guy. Everybody thinks that Hades is a bad guy, but I mean, if you read any um myths of him, he's not a bad guy. He's done a couple of not so good things, but in the context of the other gods, I would say he's a near saint. Then we have his lovely bride here, Persephone. I love this royal purple robe that they've given her here with the flowers in her hair. I did want a blue sky, but this green sky that they've put in the background here, I don't know, I think it works. She kind of looks like she's up to something which doesn't match her personality, I think. But I do love this vibe that I'm getting with this picture, the little crown of braid there that almost looks like a actual crown, with her being the queen of the underworld. Beyond everything, beyond the little smirk that just kind of gives me the thought that she's got something else going on in her head, I do love. Then, of course, we have Demeter. I'm not particularly a fan of the color of her hair. I wish it had gone a more brownish, maybe more wheat colored. But I mean, it's all right for what it is. I'm also a little confused by the background. I mean, she is a goddess, obviously. I mean, she could probably, She could probably fly if she wanted to. I mean, they've got all kinds of powers. But I mean, it does just kind of looks like she's flying in the middle of the sky there, which is weird. But with Demeter being the matronly type of goddess that she is, I do like how covered up that she is. So yeah, beyond the hair issue being a little bit off on color, I do like how this turned out. Then we have Aries over here in his armor, or somewhat armor. He looks a little more like a biker that's wearing armor, and then a chain, but it kind of works with this anime style. So I do like it, and I think it works for Aries and how you typically think of how his personality is. Then we have Aphrodite, our goddess of love. Of course, she would show off her body as much as she possibly can. I didn't notice until later that she has 3 legs. But if you can, unsee that 3rd foot there, I think that this is a really great photo. Her blonde almost turning into a shade of pink as it goes further down her back really works for her. I'm not entirely sure where she's supposed to be, but the water in the background works really great for this picture. And I do love the green on her. I'd prefer blue or pink, but green looks good on her too. Then we have Hephaestus. Man, I don't have any words for this. This one is near perfect of what I think an anime Hephaestus would look like. With the fire coming out from behind him, being the god of fire and forges and things like that. He just looks like he is off to go do work or whatever. I don't even, and volcanoes, so who knows what's actually behind him. And so I love how this turned out. Then we have Dionysus over here, the god of wine. I love the green hair, and how he is, it looks like that the grapes are almost like reaching out to him, which I think is kind of cool. But I think it works really well as an anime picture. He definitely looks like he is thinking about, what he's about to do with these grapes. Then we have Apollo here with his lyre. A lyre is a stringed instrument. They didn't quite look like this. They looked more like a harp, but it's extremely hard to get it to look like that with the AI, so this is the best that I could get. Again, I do love to get Apollo with this sun bleached blonde hair. Again, I do also like to try to get him holding a lyre. Apollo was the god of so many different things, but music and archery are two of the major ones. So either, with a musical instrument or bow and arrow are typically ones I would like to try to get him with. So then, of course, we have little Artemis. Artemis is generally pictured as a 12 or 13-year-old girl. And I do love, I love to get her with silver blonde hair because she's also known as the goddess of the moon and the goddess of the hunt. This bow is gigantic, but when I finally got this picture from the AI, it was the best of just a series of awful pictures where the arrow was just sticking all over the place, and at least this one, she looks like she's actually trying to pull the arrow back and shoot it. So it was the best I could get. And last but certainly not least, we have Hermes. And dadgum, it looks like his shoe's coming off, but other than that, he does look like he's about to take off with his messenger bag there and go deliver some messages to the gods, which is his job beyond some other stuff. So again, I do believe that these turned out really well. And I'm very proud of them. So if you liked this video, please like this video and please consider subscribing to find out what the Greek gods and goddesses are going to be next. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.